Hello, guys. Zach the Greg Slayer here, and welcome to my PVM from Scratch challenge. Now, this challenge was thought up by me. I thought it would be interesting, and it's been a very good couple of weeks. We've had a lot of fun and doing things that we normally wouldn't do with stuff and gear that we wouldn't expect to be actually using at certain places. Um, it's been a lot of fun, and the only reason why I made a challenge like this was because I got bored of my band account, but I didn't want to make an Iron Man. Um, and honestly, I don't regret it in the slightest. I think that everybody should kind of find their own things in the game to have fun with, and I think that it also does help in your creativity and then developing your own strategies and um, your own different opinions and outlooks on things. I think that it should be um, a thing where, as a PVMer, you should be going around and just maximizing everything in your arsenal and then being creative as well. So let's get started with the challenge rules. Okay, challenge rules. This challenge, you can use EOFs, books, familiars, consumables from the G, but weapons and armor I have to get myself, including perks from weapons. So, etc., Aftershock, from Dragon Rider Lance, can't buy anything that a boss drops to disassemble it. I have to get it myself. If I get an identical drop equal value, I can sell, buy another item, the boss table, but only one-for-one trade to mitigate bad energy. All of this is going to be, by the way, all of this is going to be covered in the next slides. I took each rule and I go over it a little bit more in detail. The third rule: I cannot use gold for my main account. Only gold I make through this challenge. And rule 4: cannot skill for gear and must get gear from boss monsters. Now that is a big one, which I'll go over in detail. But we'll continue onwards. Rule 1: this challenge can only use EOF's book familiars, consumables, but weapons and armor I have to get myself, including perks from weapons. Now, everything you see on the screen is a consumable or a thing that I am allowed to use. Now, the Grimoire is a pocket slot item, which I am allowed to use for the rules. And consumables like the ones you see here, like the Ripper Demon Pouch, Brew, Foam Bombs, Spiritual Prayers, Adren Pots, stuff like that, you're allowed to use the GE4. Now, or I am, for instance, for this challenge. Now, rule number 2. If I get identical drop, equal value, I can sell and buy another item on the boss table, but only a one-for-one trade. Now, I go into detail here. The top example is the correct example, which is if I get, say, for instance, 2 Torva plate bodies, right? I can take one of those plate bodies, and then I can exchange it for something I would need, like a Torva full helm. I cannot, however, go and take my second Torva full helm if I get a duplicate, and then get a plate body with it because it's not of equal value or lower. The plate body is higher in value, so I cannot make the one-for-one trade. Now, that is important with this challenge, so keep in mind some items I did get duplicates of, but, just to make it a little bit faster, just to cramp in, in 2 weeks how far I can go, this is what I did. Now, for rule number 3, I cannot use gold for my main account. Only gold I make through this challenge, which, is to make it so you can't buy gear with the money that from a boss that you have and accumulated. Even if you made a ton of money from early in the game, which is what I did, I cannot use it to buy anything that a boss monster drops from the GE whatsoever. And rule number 4: cannot skill for gear. Must get gear from boss monsters. For a couple examples of this is say custom fit trim masterwork and the trim masterwork spirit cannot use this because all that is requires skilling, thus you cannot get it. Bolts as well. I didn't include bolts, but bolts is something that you have to craft, which means that I cannot use bolts that are not dropped by a boss monster. So it's kind of it's kind of interesting. And now, since the rules all the rules have been explained, I'm now going to continue on to the next slide. Now, all the loot from the 2 weeks that I've done the PVM challenge is right here, boys. So it looks like we got pretty damn lucky with certain things. We got duplicates of Torva pieces, which is absolutely amazing. We ended up getting 2 greater ricochets, actually. However, I did sell them at the time when I got them because they're at 1.96 bill. And I was able to get Premiere and also buy just a bunch of supplies with the money. But everything else that was relevant, obviously I kept. Dragon Rider Lance from Vindy, Drygores from Calfight King, do solo Calfight King. Had to do the kiln, had to get the fire cape and the kiln cape. That was fun to do again. I also got the ZGS completely made from scratch with a SGB with 2 orbs left over and a dormant sauce. I was not able to complete the sauce in 2 weeks, which is pretty unfortunate. I thought I would definitely have been able to, but it is what it is. I spent a lot of hours PVMing, so it is what it is. On to the next slide. So all my common drops, this equates to around like 300-ish mil. The ceramic scales I took and I crafted from my inventory because the thread to make Serenic is not obtainable from a boss monster, so we're able to actually get that from an NPC, which is very nice. And we crafted the helm and the plate body with it. Not the helm and the chest piece is what I mean. And yeah, the commons look pretty beefy. It was, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of common drops, but these were them. Now, in total, we made actually 8.5 billion in a 2-week time frame without looking and trying to make money, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I didn't expect to even make this much for the shit gear that I'm using, and yeah, it's pretty nice to be honest. And I felt like the grind was actually really fun, and I'm still doing it today, and I'm still doing it currently. I just I've been taking a couple of breaks, a couple days of break from streaming, and I've been just trying to do some stuff IRL. But yeah, this is pretty awesome, and I can't believe I actually made this much money casually while, just having fun with the game. And now, thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Twitch and tune in, Zach the Greg Slayer on Twitch. I will be there, guys. Thank you so much, and have a nice day, guys.